Time for the women's 3,000 metre final. Van Dalen, the Dutchman, did the double in the shot and the discus. Is Ines Fitzgerald about to do the same over the 5 and the 3,000 metres? She's the overwhelming favourite here. And we could see a very, very good time. The flags on the far side of the stadium behind the athletes lining up at the 5 and 3,000 metre start have stopped, so hopefully the wind has died down. Carmen Sernjels had a fantastic 4 days. Silver in the 1500 yesterday, and remember she got that bronze last year over the 8 in Banska Bystrica. She's got excellent speed. Jana Jovanova, she was 4th in the 5,000 metres. Mulders had a PB to qualify. Lyra Miller, brilliant personal best of 9:02. Then Adar, the brilliantly named Ferrari, 3rd in the Italian National Championships. Vanazzina, national champion indoors and out over the 15. Wernicke, European silver a couple of years ago. There's Isla McGowan. She got a silver in the 1500 last year and has got her time down to 9:18 this year. Ayala Harris of Israel. Edebe Yagiz, she got a silver in the 5,000 metres. Zoe Gilbody, 11th in the European Under-20 cross in December. Schmidt, the Austrian. Torboinsen, second best in Europe this year. A bronze in the 1500 last year and 7th in the European Under-20 cross country. She's got great, great stamina. So too has the favourite Ines Fitzgerald. 4th in this event in the World Under-20s last year, but the newly crowned European Under-20 champion over 5,000 metres. The 5th fastest Briton of all time with 14:39 in the London Diamond League over the 5,000 metres. The European Under-20 record is up for grabs. It's 8:28. Fitzgerald fighting for the inside line. And look at how quickly she's pushed her way to the front. We've just had the question answered as to whether this would be tactical or whether it would be against the clock. She's elbowed her way straight to the front, and this is going to be a demonstration, barring injury, of front-running excellence. This is Fitzgerald absolutely gunning it here, going for the European Under-20 record that has stood for 40 years. We need to keep a very close eye on the clock. In order to stand a chance, she needs to go round in a shade under 68 seconds per lap. This is De Jong looking for 4:30 at the second time of asking. Brilliant from the young Dutch woman. Well done. So De Jong in 3rd. And there's a lot more where that came from as well. So, Phil, did you happen to catch what her time was at 400?
I did indeed, 70 seconds.
Well, if you take into account the fact that she spent 50 or 60 metres elbowing her way towards the front, she's not a million miles away.
No, she'll be looking for 2:49 kilometres. Let's keep an eye on what that first kilometre mark is.
It's Johanova who's chasing. She was just off the podium in the 5,000 metres. Kieft opted to pass at 4:30. She's desperate to get amongst the medals. That wasn't far away. She definitely has that in her capability. She's gone over 4:50 this year. Just off the podium 2 years ago in Jerusalem and desperate to avoid finishing 4th or 5th again. Kieft having to watch closely here because she's crossing around the 3,000 metre runners. So coming up towards a kilometre.
Yeah, it's close. She had another 70-second second lap there, up to 800 metres, but she's streaking away. just a little bit behind that European record pace, but she's going to tear apart the championship record if she can keep going. 2:55. So she's on 8:45 pace at the moment. She's going to slice about 5 seconds off the championship record of Gabriela Szabo, which dates from 1993, 8:50.97. Keep that in mind as well. And of course, Gabriela Szabo went on to lift Olympic titles, so we know that there's great precedent here. Fitzgerald working hard, you can't falter for effort here. Everybody else trailing in a wake. There's no one even close. Johanova, she's approximately 7 or 8 seconds in arrears, and it's probably going to get bigger and bigger, that gap between the two.
Oh, Svabikova is in dreamland. The gamble of passing on her second attempt at 4:30 looks like it's paid off. Svabikova has a new PB by 9 centimetres, and she has stormed into the lead. That's an absolutely brilliant vault by the Czechia athlete. Brilliant.
Another 70-second lap for Fitzgerald. She's drifting away from that European record, but she's still got the championship record very firmly in her sights.
Great clearance from Svabikova. She was so determined to break that PB. Fitzgerald's face is etched with pain. She's doing all she can here. Yaghis was on the podium in the 5,000 metres. Sernjul, just behind her, was on the podium in the 1,500 metres. So we've got great quality in this race. They're all really classy, but they're being blown away.
Absolutely. Johanova, who chased for a little while, disappeared back into the pack. And it's Yaghis, who was on the podium, as you say, in the 5,000 metres, leading the pack. But she's about 15 seconds behind Fitzgerald at this stage, almost the entire length of the home straight.
Good running by the other Briton, Isla McGowan, and also Torboinsen of Norway.
Another 70-second lap as well. So that championship record still looking as though it's going to be beaten, and beaten by some margin. It's now looking a bit doubtful as though whether she can close on Zola Pod's ancient European record, though.
We're looking at the women in second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth. There's the leader. And her margin is 100 metres. The 5 chasers had just entered the back straight as she went round the second bend. And really good running by Johanova. She's the smallest of this group, along with the Turkish athlete behind her. She's determined to try and drag them out and maybe drop 1 or 2 of these others and get herself on the podium.
I'll tell you what, out of this group of 5 that we're watching chasing Fitzgerald, there's going to be some big personal bests there as well. Some of these women are probably going to go under 9 minutes for the first time in their life. But Fitzgerald still forging away at the front. That was a 71-second lap. She reached 2,000 metres in 5:51. So, as I was saying, that championship record still very much on the cards. This is 8:45 pace that she's running at, but it is looking less and less likely that that European record is going to go.
Johanova, Sernjul, Torboinsen, McGowan and Yaghis. They are the 5 chasers. 600 metres to go for Ines Fitzgerald. A really, really special talent. And her lead is now about 115, maybe 120 metres. They're halfway down the back straight, and she's entering the home straight. Extraordinary.
I think it's extended now to about 140 metres. There's a little bit of looking around in that group as Yaghis goes to the front. Torboinsen going up there as well, and we know that the Swede has got good finishing speed. Yaghis, well, she worked so hard to beat Jennifer Earler and get the silver in the 5,000 metres, but now this is a valedictory lap for Ines Fitzgerald.
Rarely do we see winning margins this big in European athletics competition. This is an extraordinary performance. Ines Fitzgerald, her face etched in pain, is storming to a golden double here in Tampere. It's not going to be a European under-20 record. Zola Budd's mark from 40 years ago is safe. 200 metres to go. The 5 chasers have only just gone round for the bell. She's operating on a different level. Sernjel now on the shoulder of Yagiz, the medalist from the 5,000 against the medalist from the 1,500. As Fitzgerald now can see the finish line, they're gearing up for a big burn-up on the back straight. Watch for Torboinsen, she's very, very quick. So it's Sweden and Norway in second and third. But it's Great Britain out front. It's a standing ovation for her second gold of the week. Ines Fitzgerald annihilates the championship record. A wonderful win for her. Sernjel and Torboinsen. Who's taking silver? Who's taking bronze? Sernjel was magnificent last year in Banska Bystrica over the 800 metres, but boy oh boy has her stamina improved. Silver in the 15 yesterday, silver in the 3 today, and Torboinsen, who got a bronze last year over 1,500 metres, is on the podium for Europe again. Fantastic third place finish for her. But nobody could get close to Ines Fitzgerald. She came here determined for 2 golds, and she delivered. The margins of victory in both races, absolutely extraordinary. Maybe she's going to Tokyo for the World Champs.
Yes, she's going to be one of the few athletes coming to these championships that'll go on to the World Championships. Looking perhaps at Liliana Bathory in the high jump as well, and there's 1 or 2 others. There's a few people just outside the qualification marks and just outside the rankings places as well, but could well improve because they've got another 3 weeks. But Ines Fitzgerald, that championship record, taking more than 4 seconds off a very, very good mark that belonged to somebody who went on to take world and Olympic titles. What a future for Ines Fitzgerald, but this is today, and this is her second gold medal.
One of the stars of the week, along with Van Dalen, the brilliant Dutch thrower. 2 golds for him, 2 golds for Fitzgerald. Yagiz this time not to get a medal. She ended up in 4th, although she has annihilated her PB with 9:14. Sernjel has been really impressive. We thought she was a brilliant 2-lap runner, bearing in mind she's a former international footballer as well, but she's developing her stamina, as those 2 silver medals would prove.
Oh, she's a class act as well. And it'd be very interesting to see how Sernjel develops as a 1,500 metre runner. We've got Fitzgerald, who's got phenomenal endurance coming down to the 3,000. Sernjel coming up from the 1,500.
Torboinsen, delighted with her appearance on the podium. It was a cracking race between the Swede and the Norwegian, and Sernjel just kind of wound it up over the last 150 because Fitzgerald had already finished.
Also a shout out for, in addition to Yagiz missing the podium but finishing in 4th in a personal best, Isla McGarren as well. Behind her, who we saw a lot of, Jana Johanova, Czechia under-20 record. Vernica returns to form with a season's best, personal best, all the way down the top 10. Ines Fitzgerald, she really laid it on the line from the outset, ticking off those first 3 laps in 70 seconds. Did just very fractionally in the middle stage of the race, understandably so. She was out on her own, it was a time trial. It's almost like running on a treadmill, then came through so strongly at the end.
This was a great race for the silver, and Sernjel had the strength. Probably a few people would have put Torboinsen as the favourite in this moment, but Sernjel really has developed wonderfully in terms of the middle and long distance, building on that 800 metre speed. Both deserve their moment on the podium alongside Fitzgerald. Yes, I've got a second silver of the week.
I think I was one of those people who would have said Torboinsen. I'd have bet on her in the head-to-head battle. I think I said that at about just over 400 metres to go.
Ines Fitzgerald was untouchable today, a championship record that may well last for a very long time. Sernjel, and a great bronze there for Torboinsen.
I'm Millis Fitzgerald, and you need to go and sign up to European Athletics U20.